The Christ consciousness, the Christed mind. What is that really? The Christed mind, the Christ consciousness, the thought process of that. How does it really work? How do we embody that or step into that peaceful state of consciousness? There are several things that occur within our energy fields, our templates of beliefs. We have a template of belief that we adapt from our society, our friends, our families, and then we start to realize this is not what I want to utilize. I want to start going up higher in vibration. I want to start thinking like Buddha did, like Jesus did. How do I transform that? And all the beliefs that we acquire from our family, friends, and society, they program somewhere. And they all stay within a neurological pathway. And the veins and the arteries that go through the brain. And as we start to work, they start to disconnect the old belief systems and free themselves, because you're no longer choosing that, but you're choosing a higher thought process. So what does that happen with the energy? Is the energy is constantly searching for the divine mother, father, God. It's searching for that heavenly experience. So it's no longer searching to learn something, acquire something through the intellect, because the intellect is the physical mind. It is what you learn in school. How do you receive information and how you operate through that space. So the whole process of this Christ consciousness is that the perception of the soul's rays. How does the soul interpret the events? Not what the personality perceives the events, but the soul. And in that is the Christed consciousness that we refer to. It is the collective thought process of our universe. It doesn't look through the space of logic. It looks through the space of cause and effect of the rays interacting with one another. And when these rays of light create certain dynamics, we translate these energies through our belief of templates. And you can visualize templates in so many different ways. And these layers are adapted through childhood. So now that you become aware of them, you want to dismantle them. And what is it that you're dismantling? In reality, you are not dismantling anything. It is the darkness that we try to transform. But the darkness is not absence of light. The darkness is uncontrolling light of the personality or the ego. So the personality cannot find a balance with the light, and it becomes darkness. So if we allow our personality to constantly vertically search for that light, connect with your higher self, with your soul, your oversoul, the Christ consciousness that you are, instead of seeking externally, then you are reestablishing this fluorescent tube of light, the prana light of the soul, which is the angelic light of your own self. The light that comes from the seraphim, the Elohimic consciousness, we can say. The light that is coming from your solar angel. So this light has been coming through so strongly for this past few months, and it's very patient. and it's working with the templates of our beliefs, and it's taking its time. It is not forceful. It is knows that everything is perfect. It knows that the darkness does not really exist. It's the illusion of duality. It is we come here to realign ourselves with our angelic self. We came down here, we left our wings up there, and like, wait a minute, where's my wings? They're in the astral plane. And as we constantly reaffirm and reprogram ourselves from what we have learned through this diligent work, even how many times you try to give up, you can't. How many times you go through the suffering and everything, you're like, still, no, I can't. I somehow, somewhat, a spark comes back and you're like, all right, I'm going to sit with myself again. I'm going to do this work. I'm going to reach out somewhere, something that can help me get back into my alignment. Because that's the core of ourselves. You cannot escape of what you truly are. The isness of light is within you. That's the spark. As long as you are here, we're going to constantly search for that, align ourselves with that, and be that. The uncontrolling light of the personality. So we're going to try to come back into this light no matter what. And we do. And all the little things, when you look back at it, you're like, oh my God, this was so easy. And I was worried about this, and I was crying, and I was this, and I was that. And trust me, the angels look down at you, be like, okay, silly, when you're done crying, we'll show you how easy it is. When you're done punishing yourself and suffering, we'll show you how bright you are. And then you look back and you're like, oh my God, yeah, I got it. It was like a snap of a finger. So the Christ energy is always here to remind us that we are that. And the reason it's coming through now, it's been coming through for me at least, and I was like, okay, I gotta share this energy that's coming through at such a collective level. And this Christ energy is not Yahshua. Yahshua was the representation of that, an ascended master. It is the Christed energy of the divine feminine and masculine. The cross is actually in our astral body. That blue cross sits within our hearts and penetrates into the left and the right hemisphere of the brain between the cerebellum. And when that blue light enters, that pineal activates fully. And when the pineal activates fully, that means all your wings expand. All your astral wings expand. So if we even go to the Bible, talk about the seraphim covered themselves with 6 wings. 2 at their feet, 2 at their body, and 2 at the face. That is the 3 major chakra systems of the astral body uniting with the causal body. And because they rotate at such a high frequency that mankind spoke in such poetic terms, they knew that this was an angel. Meaning every single one of us is that? We're just coming to a realization, and our awareness expands into that what is already there.